playing against Darren. He's one of the best pool players in the world, and you can't make any mistakes against him. So what happened in that match is that I took advantage of his mistakes. He missed a 2-ball in the first game, so that was a big turn for me, where I got the lead 5-0. And you know, if it wasn't for that 2-ball, then maybe he would have a big lead, but that's the game of 9-ball.
Going into the match, I played pretty good at the start. Alex let me off a couple of shots that he shouldn't have missed. I think going into the next match, I'm just going to try and do what I've been doing and stay focused, and hopefully the balls lay nice for me.
You know, it doesn't matter who you play, you just have to try the best and just stay positive, stay focused, and just try to have fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. You know, I've had a couple of good battles, well, many battles, and it's pretty even, you know. So yeah, I know it's a tough game and I've got to play my best, so I'm ready. Hopefully I can go that one step closer this year and take the trophy home with me.
Ladies and gentlemen, here in Gibraltar, it's the World Pool Masters. It's time for our second semifinal. Race to 8, winner breaks. Referee in charge, Desilova Boshilova. And now let's meet the players. Firstly, from the USA, Shane Van Boening. And from Scotland, Jayson Shaw.
The two-time champ versus last year's finalists. Ted Lerner and Darryl Peach are in the box for our second semi-final.
And welcome to this second semi-final. This should be fun. A classic in the making. Jayson Shaw and Shane Van Boening. Shaw winning the lag. This can be, look at this. He hits the cue ball so hard, it bounces about 8 feet up, but a ball flies off the table. So that's a foul, and ball in hand straight away. I mean, guys, a little too much on that ball.
Yeah.
There, you think he should take a little bit off in his next break?
Well, it's the first time for everything. You don't see that too often.
I think I've never seen a cue ball on a break bounce that high.
So Darryl in the booth with me and Ted, or Ted and me. You've seen the match between Niels and Carl Boyes, I think.
Yes, I saw that one. Great start from Carl. One unforced error and the match just swung.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how the table was breaking for Niels when he put that back on Carl.
Amazing, Niels Vian, after taking that basically 6 months off, he tried to, you know, he said 2 tournaments, he came back, but he had that tennis elbow, and to play like this after taking such a long time off is just amazing.
Yeah, he got that momentum going, didn't he? Like Alex says. He got the break working. This winner break format, that can happen.
This is looking like a good start here for Shane Van Boening. He's been in this position before, and he has capitalized twice. 2 in a row, 2014 and 2015. The only man to ever repeat as World Pool Masters champion. That's saying a lot. This event now in its 25th edition. The greatest players to have ever played the game have passed through here. So no small feet.
Just making sure he had some angle on the 8-ball there, make it easy to get down for the 9.
Daryl, you lost to Shane in the first round match, and you said that, I mean, that was a stellar performance put on by Shane. He was, how did you feel he was playing at the time? I mean, he looked like he was in stroke right from the start of your match.
Yeah, I mean, the first shot I had, like an attacking shot to make a ball, was in the 4th rack. So, you know, he froze me out at the start. And then in his 2nd round match in the quarterfinals against Darren Appleton, it was more or less the same. You know, he played fairly flawless, really.
Here's the break shot. Watch how high the cue ball goes, and the 1 flies off the table. That is a first.
Yeah, and I think the last time for Shaw to try to break that hard.
That is amazing.
If it had been in the pool room, it'd have smashed the light bulbs there.
Yeah.
That could be the hardest break I've ever seen.
It's the highest one.
The highest, yeah. So Shane, he knows a few things about this shot, the break shot. Ball down.
Yeah, in good shape on the 1. It's nice. But I must say that Shane's break from the side rail, isn't as powerful and controlled as from the center of the table. So actually, between Niels, who is in the final, and Shane, I don't know if Shane can copy Niels' break from the side rail.
Yeah, I agree. From the center of the table,
he can smash him.
He can smash him.
And he can park that cue ball every time.
Yeah, but he does tend to lose the cue ball down the side and round the back of the stack, doesn't he? From the side.
So what is he missing on the side rail break?
Consistency. You know, he's not a slouch, but he's not as consistent. Like with the table break from the center of the table, he's out there on his own. Maybe Kopin Yi, the only one to equal his consistency. Looks very focused throughout the whole tournament.
Yeah, like I was saying, when he beat me in the last 16 and then Darren Appleton in the quarterfinals, he did virtually nothing wrong, but it was nothing flash. It was just all under control, very
smooth,
controlled,
yeah.
smooth.
Yeah. Yeah, I also think, but this is just speculation, that the recent tables are a little more similar to diamond tables. That's the brand of table that he's used to playing a lot on in the States, than maybe other brands.
Well, certainly this format he likes. Shane is known to stay away from some events where it's alternate break. He likes the events where he can get in a groove and put a few together and stay at the table.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets going, he reminds me of Earl Strickland in the early 90s. Real power play. Now, Daryl, would you go around the table or just play like conservative one rail?
Yeah, it'd probably go to the right, up table, I think. Yeah.
A lot of room there.
He likes to let the cue go, doesn't he? I would have come across, but...
Personal preference.
Personal preference, yeah.
You become good at what you do a lot.
For me, not this week.
Well, did it happen this week? We've seen it this weekend with, you know, many players.
A few of us, yeah.
Good players. If they don't get going, you know, they don't get going. That's it. Onwards and upwards.
An ideal start for the American. Shane Van Boening up 2-0. A foul on the break shot in rack number 1 by Jayson Shaw. And Shane cleared the colors, and now a break and run. And this is how Shane got here to this point, beating Daryl Peach here, 8-2, and then taking down Darren Appleton, 8-4 in the quarterfinal.
Yeah, he's on the hunt for British scalps.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I beat you to it.
Now, if only he could do that in the Moscone Cup. Doesn't seem to be the same thing for Shane. Anyway, here is the path that Jayson Shaw took. Joshua Filler. And then Alex Pagulayan. So a ball down. Looks like he'll have a shot. Will he have a shot on the 1?
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Easy from the 1 to the 2. The 4 is freely available.
Let's have a look at that 5 ball.
Yeah, it's somewhat in a tight spot. What definitely is available is the carom on the 8. This is Shane looking at his trajectory.
Well, the break shot is it's just a little bit important in this game.
Oh, that's a nice understatement.
Yeah, I mean, if he keeps breaking like this, Jayson better get comfortable.
I spoke about the 5-8 carom, but the 5 is close to the rail, so it's not as easy as it might look.
Yeah, he needs to get nice on the 5, doesn't he? To avoid the double kiss.
He can still play for the cut on the 5. Good clean pot.
Really?
But a lot of distance. He could have been half a diamond closer to the 4. Just for comfort. What do you like? Or what do you think he'll like with his game?
Well, he'll probably play for the cut now because he's left, I think he's left too much angle on the 4.
Not trying to put you on the spot. I'm just
I think he'll just slide it across a couple of feet.
Extension code.
Now with a shot like that, I'm always fearful of under hitting the shot. So I would tend to play double speed to the rail and out.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's hitting the ball clean, eh?
Yeah, it's same. It's player's preference. Some players would, like Joshua Filler, would definitely come into the rail and back out.
There's a place not too far from here with a restaurant table. Have you been there? It's a pool bar.
Boy.
And I was told that Shane is in there playing every day, 5, 6, 7 hours.
Yeah, he is. It's right next to my hotel. And on the first day, on the day that I was due to play him, I went in for a practice. And guess what? The cue ball had gone missing. Guess who had it? Shane Van Boening.
Yeah,
he had it in his cue case.
That's law of the jungle. Just make it happen.
He was there first, yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, he is. He is.
In Italy, they call it arrangiare. Just to make it happen.
Why?
Yeah?
That's not fair. Why is he taking the cue ball?
Because it's law of the jungle. He wants to win this thing.
I guess you wish he was back ice fishing in South Dakota.
Yeah, he was practicing pool and I was practicing pinball in the corner. It's the only thing that was available.
Oh, yeah, they had a pinball machine.
Wow. That is some crafty potting right there from Shane Van Boening. He is making it look easy.
Yeah.
Another break and run. So big problems for Jayson Shaw right now. He had the lag. He was first up to break, and he just fouled on that break shot, hitting it way too hard. So Shane Van Boening with a flying start to this match. He leads 3-0 in this semifinal here at the World Pool Masters. Shane Van Boening up 3-0. He has broken ran the last 2 racks. Can he be stopped?
Best break by Shane.
Oh.
Squatted to cue ball this time.
Wow. Just ideal. There you see cue ball in the middle of the table, bringing that 1 ball back, making sure ball's pocketed, and a shot on that one.
It's funny, eh? Always in a matchroom event, at some point during the tournament, the balls will start to sit. Like when they get wrecked, they will start to sit, and then the table will start to break softer, easier. We saw the Niels Vijens match against Boyes. Balls are going in, as they are for Shane now.
Yeah, from Jayson's point of view, he's got to just sort of wait, be patient and wait, hopefully, and get a turn.
Yeah.
And keep thinking that he can do the same back.
The thing is, though, in his last match against Paglia Lion, Jayson didn't look 100%. 3 scratches in that match. So he wasn't that sharp. Shane is sharp.
Yeah, but that's for the criticasters. Being the player, you know, that's your task, to try and get positive if you're negative, or stay positive if you're in good shape.
Yeah, and also Alex Paglia was similar. He didn't play anywhere near his best either. And sometimes when one player's struggling, subconsciously it pulls you down, doesn't it?
That's true. I've seen a lot of that.
Extension code.
But first things first, Jayson will have to get back at the table.
Yeah. A glimmer of hope for Jayson, although I don't expect Shane to miss the shot, but he has to do something here.
Well, he used all the pocket, and because he did, he's lost the cue ball. Just let it get away from him a bit. Just overcut it slightly.
I do have the feeling he's choosing more often to play the shots somewhat softer.
Yeah, and just use the rails, sort of thing.
Nice touch there.
I have the feeling he's choosing double speed, not as often as he used to do.
Yeah, it sort of goes back to what I said before when I played him. It was more calculated, more calculated pool than flair, you know.
Yeah. A little more methodical. This is a very clinical performance by Shane Van Boening. A one-man show. A 4-0 lead.
He looks unstoppable. 3 break-and runs in a row. So Jayson Shaw has had 1 shot in this match. That was the opening break. And there is Stephen Linares, Gibraltar's Minister for Culture, the Media, Youth and Sport. And we'd like to thank him and everybody here in Gibraltar for having us here. What a wonderful place here on the Rock. Fascinating culture here.
Leading by 4 racks to 0.
And they certainly do love their sport.
Yeah, coming Wednesday, the Gibraltar Open snooker starts. Sean Murphy will be defending his title in the same arena here, their Centenary Hall.
Well, the cue ball gets kicked, but that will be fine.
Well, for Jayson, when it rains, it pours, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Look at the kick on the 8 ball there into the side, and he's absolutely plumb on this 1 ball. I think he can just draw it back, miss the side pocket, and just leave where his finger is there. He's just looking at where he can leave it for the gap between the 5 and the 9. The 3's over the pocket, waiting, so he doesn't have to get too much angle on the 2.
Not a big window, though.
Like you said, not a big window.
No,
and,
he let down on his stroke there.
He did. He pulled out of the shot, and I think that's because of what you said, Alex. It was a small window, and he just pulled out of the shot there. What do you see here, Alex?
Well, again, if he comes off that rail, it's a small window. I would like my odds for hitting the 2 ball better coming off of the left side of the table. Top rail, then maybe with left spin to create an angle coming into the in between the 2nd and 3rd diamond. Then I have a big target to play for.
Yeah. Could the 5 and the 9 sort of give you a guide?
Yeah,
in a
good point.
Way? Yeah, yeah.
Foul.
Foul shot.
So now, finally, Jayson Shaw comes up to the table.
Start the clock, please.
His first real shot of this match.
Even that kick shot there, he seemed to just slightly not commit to it, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. You can tell very clearly when and how much Shane van Boening bears down on the shot is when he makes those little feathers on the cue ball, maybe 5, 6, 7. Very still before he makes that final follow through. But being at the table, producing good pool also consumes energy. So winning 2, 3, 4 racks, you know, a player is likely to lose concentration at some point.
That's why I liked it last match when Niels played Carl. I think he run about 4 or 5 racks to go in front, and then he could have gone for a, you know, really pushed the boat out on the 1 ball, and he played a lovely safety down here on the 9, behind the 9 ball.
Yeah,
and it just gave him a chance to regroup and, you know, and patience.
Good point.
Well, he's 4-0 down, but he could just as easily bring it back to level within a matter of minutes. He plays super fast. He's a streak and feel player. There it is. So Jayson Shaw finally on the board after Shane van Boening gives up the table. So now, do you think he'll take a little mustard off?
Well, I hope. I mean, he received quadruple punishment for that overpowered break. So, but then again, he is the type. He's a little bit stubborn, I think, as a person. Jayson Shaw that could just try it again.
There's the foul.
Yeah, try and prove it wrong.
Maybe even harder. Maybe try and hit the lighting here.
So that foul led to ball in hand, and Shaw did a nice job of clearing the balls.
Break, trailing by 1.
Yeah, especially when he's been sat in his chair for 20 minutes or so.
So let's see what he does here.
Well, he goes to the other side of the table.
There you go. Kept that one. Well, cue ball got away from him, but he kept it fairly under control. No open shot on the 1.
But still, I don't understand why he would break from that side. We saw Niels Vijen and Boyes break from the other side. Shane was breaking from the other side, making balls.
Yeah, I agree.
You study other players in other matches or in your match, and you try to copy what works. But if you win, you're right. And he made a ball, sees the one, so he can make this work.
Oh, nice. Is he going to get a shot? Yes, he does.
There might be a carom on the 9 ball.
Yeah, that's the only reason I can see him trying to make the one, because
well, he's
Extension
very
code.
good at just making the ball and seeing the next one. Against Pegula, and he kept on making those incredible 1-9 combinations. I would look at the 9.
Foul shot.
Well, he had it going there, but the problem was
Ball in hand.
he scratched. Oh, this is dark days for
Start the
Jayson
clock,
Shaw.
please.
yeah, he sort of tried to play a 2-in-1 shot there. He's forcing it to push the cue ball through off the side rail for the 3. Yeah, just not cued it very nice.
Yeah, he tried to play something in a way that was not available.
Well, this is really ominous right now for Jayson Shaw, as Shane Van Boening is clearly in the zone.
That's a good shot.
Shane Van Boening has 2 of these World Pool Masters titles, and Jayson doesn't have any. Shane knows he's very comfortable in this event.
5 doesn't seem to pass the 9.
Extension code.
So in hindsight, that shot on the 3 to the 4 wasn't so good. I think he needs to play safety here.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Did the 5 go?
Well,
maybe if he was right behind the 5,
exactly,
then it would have been an easy shot. But from here,
Oh, nice.
he's used all the pocket there.
He sure did.
Oh, he made it.
Now what?
Karam off of the 6. Or a bank, cross corner. But he played a difficult shot to leave himself a difficult shot. It's not always a recipe for success. I think he's playing cross corner bank. 2-way shot. Attacking the 6, attacking the 9.
Well, a bit of a reprieve for Jayson Shaw. He's got a long shot here on the 6. Here you see the carom into the 9. Didn't work. And the bank just missing. Now this shot is open.
Yeah, on the practice table, eagle-eye Jayson. He'd knock 100 of these in out of 100.
Oh.
Wow.
Refusing to play it in a conservative way, just making the ball, floating it in.
Yeah, I don't understand why so hard. Just makes the pot so much more difficult hitting it at that pace.
Yeah, for us it's easy to state that you would have been better off dividing the weight over the 2 shots, making the 6, leaving a difficult 7.
Oh,
beautiful
hello.
Hello, very nice. Now, just make this ball.
I was just watching Jayson there. He gave a nod of appreciation on that one.
Well, that 6 ball had a very ominous feel to it. Shane wants to close this out very soon. 5-1. Shane Van Boening in total control of this match.
Yeah. We're on a break.
So some errors from Jayson Shaw, some great 9-ball from Shane Van Boening. That's why the American is up 5-1 in this race to 8, and we'll continue after.
Thank you, rack 7, Shane Van Boening to break, leading 5 racks to 1.
You are watching the very best in 9-ball pool. Shane Van Boening from the USA. 5-1 lead over Scotland's Jayson Shaw. The winner will play Niels Fine of Holland in the finals a little bit later.
Drive break for Shane.
Yeah, see, he just lost the cue ball a little bit there.
Yeah.
Came over the top of the stack. So he's breaking from the left side and the cue ball went to the right.
Yeah, but to get a little bit technical, the break from the center is different from the break from the side. Not only from where you place the cue ball, but it's a whole different kind of mechanics. So the break from the center, at least how Shane breaks, is pretty static with his body. And from the side, you see most players, as we saw with Boys and with Vijen, they come through with the back leg. It's a longer follow through the ball.
Nice shot there. So it's now or never for Jayson Shaw.
He has a lot of choice, which is not always a good thing. Can play for the 3-7, the 3-9, or to make the 3 off of the 7 into the corner. Unless, of course, it goes right in between.
Yeah, some of the viewers might think, well, why didn't he just play the 3 onto the 9 there? But when the balls are laid out like this, the pros, it just makes it more certain if they try and run the rack. Combinations are always missable.
Yeah,
it's actually a higher percentage of getting the rack by running it out.
Do you take 6 95% shots or 1 70% shot? And 70% becomes 60 or 50 when you start thinking about how it looks when you miss it.
And it goes back to, again, each player, it depends how they see it. Me, I would always go for the run out because I'm so terrible at combinations.
Yeah.
Someone like yourself, Alex, or Darren Appleton, for example, I don't think I've ever seen you miss a combination. So, you know, each player is different.
Yeah.
Okay, after the dry break from Shane Van Boening where nothing went down. Nicely done by Jayson Shaw. 5-2. Glimmer of hope.
Now, if we take a look at Shane's break, he hit him square, but that cue ball, yeah, pops a lot. More follow through. 5-time US Open champion.
Now there you see his decal on his sleeve there. 5-time US Open 9-ball champion. Wow, what a statistic that is.
That equals Earl Strickland's
Thank
record.
you, rack 8. Jayson Shaw to break, trailing 2 racks to 5.
Phenomenal player, playing a great tournament. He's in a good position to make it to the final.
2 times Shane Van Boening got to the finals of the World 9-Ball Championship, and both times came in second. So he's yet to win that world title.
And there we saw Jayson. He's adamant on breaking from that side.
Yeah.
It was a good impact.
It was it was a good break, but it just...
Why then did he not make a ball? One could wonder. We don't know, but what we do know is that other players tonight have been making balls from the left side of the table, from our right side.
Yeah, 99% of players would copy. That's
of course,
that's what we all do. When you see something working, you know, you're going to copy it. But for some reason, Jayson's insistent on breaking from the other side.
Extension code.
Now, he's trying to get a feel for the angle into the left-hand long rail. Good hit.
Look out. Oh, just
good hit by Jayson Shaw. And he catches a roll to not leave a shot for Shane. A shot like that, it seems so natural, the one rail path with a kick shot, but those are the hardest to hit because it's very sensitive to speed and unwanted side or topspin or backspin. Cue ball will be very sensitive. Now he can get this back. Shane twice across with the cue ball towards that zone behind the 6 and 9. Got it. Jump it.
That's what he's going to do. Getting the short stick.
9 out of 10. Or 95 out of 100.
Now this stick,
he would contact that one.
This stick is not as, again, he uses this longer jump cue than most people.
It also depends that on the distance between the cue ball and the blocking object ball.
He's left that on, but it's a long one.
Long one, and if he plays it without side, that cue ball will travel, looks to travel towards the right-hand side pocket. Something that would bother me.
Okay, a chance for Jayson. Does it pass? Does the yellow one pass the 7? Don't think so. Or does it? Hard to tell from here.
Body language of Shane Van Boening. Not as confident as in the beginning of the match.
Not good.
A difficult one ball for Shane to reassert himself. This is tricky, being so close to the 1. Nice shot. Now this is in between punching it over to the left long rail or floating it in. I think he'll power this shot.
Nicely done.
Yeah, if the 9 ball hadn't have been there, it may have just rolled that, but the 9 ball would have been in. It come into play. Got perfect angle on the 3 ball now. Back up for the 4.
He made a great start to this match, but he's not in cruise control anymore. It's more workmanlike now. Which is perfectly fine as long as you get the job done. It's not a jury sport. It's not about who looks best. It's about sinking the money ball 8 times.
And Jayson can't, get the break going, and would be interesting to find out why he is breaking on that other side from most players.
I'll make sure to not ask him right after this match if he would end up losing it.
Yeah, just going back to what you said before, Alex. After the tournament's over and done, nobody asks the champion how many racks they ran. It's just the name on the trophy. That's all people remember. They don't remember how many racks you ran or how well you played. The name's on the trophy. That's what people remember.
Well, even though it was before internet and smartphones, Daryl, we're on the trophy.
And I do remember how you played, Daryl, when you won the World Pool Championship. So not entirely true. I mean, you did put in an amazing performance that was for the ages.
Yeah, I have done. Every now and then, I put a performance in.
Okay. So this 9-ball will make it 6-2. Shane Van Boening in total command of this semifinal. Niels Feijen awaits the winner of this match. It will also be race to 8 in the final. Winner breaks. And here is the miss on the 1. Nothing easy there. And he just left it on for Shane, who potted the 1 and then proceeded to take off the rest of the colors down to this 9. $20,000 awaits the winner of the World Pool Masters.
Thank you, rack 9. Shane Van Boening to break, leading 6 racks to 2.
Well, here you can see now, this is the side that's been successful.
Yeah, you look for a sweet spot. And the sweet spot this evening in Boys and Feijen's match has finally been exposed. We found it.
But nothing down.
Yeah. It was there and it has evaporated.
Yeah, didn't really get the spread on the balls there. A little bit more of a dead reaction. You see only the 1 ball and the 8 ball in the top half of the table.
Good shot, but you can't see the 2 ball.
Poor.
Yeah, Jayson's trying to make something happen there, but he may have just put himself under more pressure here.
Yeah, put himself in a trap.
Yep.
And on a new cloth, you know that with topspin that cue ball is going to die. Will lose speed. Now with draw, he needs to come around the 4 ball, and that's a great shot.
Great effort.
Great effort by Jayson Shaw. Look at the leave.
Wow.
Yeah, just look at the 3-9 waiting.
3-9 combination is sitting right there.
It rains, it pours. We've seen a lot of rain these days in Gibraltar. But now it's coming down hard on Jayson Shaw's ambition in this campaign.
Well, you're going up against the likes of Shane Van Boening, very confident in this situation. He's won this event twice. Jayson has never won this event.
Extension
you can't
code.
afford those kind of errors that he has shown, Jayson. So that's why Shane Van Boening is in total control, and even more so now. Shane Van Boening moves one from victory. We call that on the hill, one from victory. 7-2. Nicely done. Well, gentlemen, let's face it. Jayson, too many errors. Shane, pretty solid all along here.
Yeah, that more or less sums it up.
You just can't afford these kind of mistakes at this level. He knows it.
Yeah, and I go back to what I said at the start of the match. Shane's performances in this tournament just workmanlike, just no mistakes. You know, cutting out the errors, playing basic pool, really.
Methodical.
Methodical, yeah.
Last year, Jayson Shaw came within one rack of winning this event, only to see David Alcadi of Spain take the trophy.
Played in 7 racks to 2.
And he trained very hard, Jayson did, in the month leading up to this event, in hopes of taking it to the next level, to getting in the winner's circle. But right now, it's going to be a miracle for him to get into the final. One more to go for Shane Van Boening.
Two balls down. Clear shot on the 1. And the 2 ball passes the 5. So he has a natural route off of the 1 towards the 2 ball. So he can go to the top rail, long rail, towards the 2 ball. That's going to be clear cut, but after that, to get from the 2 to the 4, that's going to be the most difficult part.
Yeah, this first shot is what we call line position. It's coming into the line of the shot. So less can go wrong.
A lot of margin. And the better he positions himself on the 2, the easier, the more difficult task becomes to get on the 4 ball.
But you got to make it first.
You got to make it.
So now this is the beauty of the winner breaks format right here.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. What Jayson has done, the errors he's made up to this point mean nothing. It's time to let the arm out. You couldn't find anyone better to let the arm out than Jayson Shaw.
That's a good angle. Now towards the second diamond on the long rail. Needs a good tip position. Strike that cue ball in the exact spot.
Well, in the quarter-final with Carl Boys and Ralph Souquet, I think Carl was 7-2 behind.
7-2, yeah.
And came through and won. So anything's possible.
And Carl also looked very frustrated, and there was nothing indicating at the moment that he was going to make an amazing comeback. It was just, it looked almost impossible. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the first couple of racks come back and then you think, well, maybe there's a chance. And then the snowball starts growing.
That's right. You got to separate it into little sections, okay? Just win 2 racks right now. Win 2 racks. You're at 7-4. Then we win that 5th one, 7-5. All of a sudden, there's a little bit of heat there.
Yeah.
And you'll see a lot of the time, like at this stage, Jayson is just freewheeling now. He's sort of just letting the arm go, playing a lot more fluent, a lot more quicker. And I go back to that match with Carl Boys and Ralph the other night. Carl was the same, but when it got down to the last rack, when he was on the hill, he slowed down because the
pressure comes back.
The pressure changes, yeah.
In competitions, you'll see many comebacks, but out of all those comebacks, maybe 30% will materialize in a victory, because that's a whole new ball game once you have made the comeback to book that victory.
Yeah, to finish the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, for the break shot, we'll know something's not right if he goes back to the right side of the table, but we will see that when we come back. It's 7-3 in favor of the American Shane Van Boening here at the semifinals of the World Pool Masters. And welcome back to the World Pool Masters semifinal. Shane Van Boening 1 away from victory, but Jayson Shaw got that last rack and trying to string a few together here to make it competitive. Well, guys, he goes back to that same side. He's had no luck over there breaking from here, but gonna try it again. He's got a ball down. Will he have a shot on the 1? Oh, just at the last second, the 7 ball comes in and ruins that party.
It's so often the last ball rolling. Everything else has come to a standstill. The 7, look at it.
And often it's the 7.
Darn
Push
7. So push out called. Oh, he left it wide open.
He's a field player.
He ain't getting that back.
But he's lost his feeling. He's lost his timing.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of frustration in that one there.
I know he's a field player, but why did he rush the shot? I mean, take a moment to consider it.
That's what I mean. Just a little bit frustrated at the nasty 7 ball.
Yeah.
Shane nearly hit his head on the roof when he saw that cue ball pop out there. He was out of his chair like a flash. Well, he's not hit that the best, leaving the cue ball near the side rail.
Yeah.
He wanted to get a bit more on that than what he did. Still fancy him for this, but it just makes the shot missable.
And also, if he follows, that 8 ball might come into play, coming off of the short rail. He could elevate and thump it in here. Exactly that.
Oh. Nicely done.
Yeah, it looks a little wild, but by playing it in that fashion, he took the 8 ball out of the equation. Felt that he was giving himself the best chance of a shot on the 5 and of making the 2. Ooh.
Nice way to take it home here.
He is feeling the heat, though.
Yeah, you can see it. I mean, even for Shane, you know, he's won a million tournaments around the world, but it's a big match.
Big match, big tournament. The Legend Edition.
So, your prediction, guys, for the final? Shane, Niels, who do you like?
Well, after Shane beat me in the last 16, I said he would go on and win because I was just impressed with the way he methodically went about his business. He's carried on the next 2 matches, and I'm going to stick with my prediction.
All right.
I say Niels, not because he's a fellow Dutchman, but I like Niels' break better. Niels was breaking better.
Are you going to ask me to break the tie?
How?
You've got to do.
Yeah, chip in.
All right, I'll go with Niels. Just gut feeling, that's all. But anyway, right now, it is Shane Van Boening's time to shine. A very workmanlike performance 8-3 over Jayson Shaw. And Shane Van Boening moves into our final, where he will play Niels Feijen. Two of the greats will go for one of the biggest prizes in professional pool, the World Pool Masters title. That will be coming your way shortly.